What's going on, traders? Gotta make this video quick, so we're just gonna get straight into it. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Let's get into the video. So when it comes to the SPY, your key levels here is 666.3. If you manage to reject from this key level here, then chances are you're heading back towards 660, and then from there we'll have to wait and see what happens. If you manage to break and hold above this key level, then you open up the floodgates towards 674. You manage to break and hold above 674, then you open up the floodgates towards 680. That's what we're looking at when it comes to the SPY. Triple Qs, 605.5. If you manage to break and hold above 605.5, you open up the floodgates towards 608.23. If you reject from here, then you open up the floodgates towards not only 603 but 597.8. You break below 597.8, you're heading towards 595. Next, we're looking at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is in a very, very crucial spot here, because when you look at the weekly time frame, you've officially closed below the key level of 109.38. It's actually zoom out so you guys get a better view here, but as you guys can see, you got a rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, and the weekly has officially closed below this key level. If Bitcoin manages to stay below 109.38, you're heading towards 107k. You break below 107k, you're heading towards 105k, and 103k is your final boss. And the reason why I say that is because if you go to the daily time frame here, if you break below 103k and actually hold, you're below this rising wedge, and then you open up the floodgates towards 97k. And as you guys know, I'm bearish on Bitcoin if we manage to break and hold below 97k. So this is something you want to pay attention to. This is something you want to be careful with when it comes to Bitcoin. If we manage to reclaim this level of 109.3, then I'm looking at all-time highs all over again. Simple as that. All right, so that's what we're looking at when it comes to Bitcoin. All right, and so that leads me to talk about the VIX. So in our last video, we talked about the VIX, right? We gave you guys a key level of 25.5, and I let you guys know that if the VIX manages to get above 25.5 and hold, then you're in correction territory. And we got a glimpse of that Thursday after hours, where we saw the market tank towards the downside, right? Unfortunately, no one could really benefit off that move, because almost immediately Friday pre-market, the market recovered back towards the upside, and we were bullish all over again. So your key level here when it comes to the VIX is 19.4. If you are looking to be bullish, you want to see the VIX break below 19.4 and hold, and then from there you're heading towards 18.5, and the lowest target I'm looking at is 17.5. If the VIX bounces off this level, then your chances are you're heading back towards this 23 target. You break and hold above 23, you're heading back towards 25.5. You get back above 25.5, then you open up the floodgates to 35 all over again. So that's what you want to pay attention to with the VIX. If you manage to consolidate within this range between 19.4 and 23 and actually hold, right? Let's say you consolidate here. On the bright side, you could form a head and shoulders pattern. You'll have a shoulder here, head here, and another shoulder here. So it's looking good. Okay, it's looking good when it comes to the VIX. So 19.4 is the key level that you want to pay attention to here. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. So when we look at order flow, a few puts came in like 1 minute before official close, so 4:14 Eastern time when it comes to the SPY. And so right now we see 665 strike puts come in for November 21st. Premiums are 400k, 400k, 700k, 500k. So nothing too crazy when it comes to out of the money, but this is something you definitely want to keep locked in, because this just pretty much confirms that we could see a rejection back towards 660 when it comes to the SPY. We just talked about that, right? But if we manage to get above that 666 level, then there is a chance that we're heading towards all-time highs all over again. So definitely want to pay attention to these contracts here. Feel free to screenshot, do what you got to do. If we scroll down, see a few more puts coming in, but I thought these were the most interesting. I think you have like a lot of 660 puts come in as well. Maybe not. Maybe I was seeing things, but regardless, that's what we're looking at when it comes to order flow. Nothing too crazy. I mean, Apple got a lot of order flow coming in, or a lot of bullish flow, I should say, coming in right before close. You had a lot of 260 calls come in. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that the market is bullish, because we've seen plenty of times Apple do inverse of the market or just not do anything at all. So I wouldn't say this is extremely bullish when it comes to the market, but for now, this does look good when it comes to Apple. You got a lot of 260 calls. You got 2 million premium, 900k premium. Let's actually click here and see what's going on here. Yeah, you got 255 calls coming in back to back. So Apple is definitely something you want to pay attention to. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go over Apple, but what I will say, as long as Apple stays above 250, it's very much possible that, well, not 250, 248 is very much possible that you can see a move back towards that 260 target, even 255 if we want to, lowball it. So yeah, looking pretty good here on Apple. Nothing too crazy. You got a lot of bullish wicks on the downside. So actually your key level here is 247.7. So good thing I looked at it. And then you open up the floodgates towards 256.6. That's pretty much the video, guys. Unfortunately, I can't go over much. Hopefully it helps. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until the next video, traders, have you a good one.